Hi, I would like to address something real fast that I've just been kind of privy to recently that's rather disturbing, if you ask me. That's why I want to talk about it. There's someone on here who I'm just not going to name names because it's not really important. It's just important to address the situation, I think. There's someone on here who uh, seems to know a lot, I think, anyway. But we're all just trying to learn stuff, and we're trying to figure all this out. And they're putting everybody down pretty much for the most part. And it's all right. It wasn't really a big deal until this individual pretty much, and well, didn't pretty much said that Dreams Within Dreams, her son should be shot in the face. That's I came onto her channel from seeing her talk and comment on Occult Science's channel. I've been watching her probably for 2 years now. I've never seen her. I've never seen her go after anybody. I've seen people go after her, and I've seen her go after the people that have gone after her. But I've watched just about every single video she puts out. She's never said anything mean. All she's doing is coming out here and sharing her research and thinking out loud, and that's it. And I don't understand why that would merit or even deserve someone saying that her son should be shot in the face. It's really discouraging and disappointing all at the same time. And who cares? Who am I? To say that I'm disappointed. But it's just, I just wanted to say that that's really kind of going against everything we're trying to do here. And that's fine because we're apparently doing our own thing, and that person's doing their own thing and has no intention or desire to even doesn't care about anybody. I mean, that's just how it goes. I've never seen her. I've seen her come up with a lot of really great ideas and concepts. I think her research is right, and I've never seen her try to hurt or say anything mean to anybody. So I just wanted to say that I think that's really messed up. That people, especially her, there's a lot of truth. There's not just her, but I mean that's one of the worst things I've ever heard said. It's ridiculous what people say to us on here. I mean, it's all we're doing is on here just trying to share research and share our thoughts and opinions. Right now it's not completely locked down yet, so I'd like to be able to use this time to share and talk about stuff and not be afraid to do it, to have an opinion that goes against known liars. So enough about that, all right? I just wanted to put that out there. Please support her. She's awesome, all right? Let's just leave it at that because that's really ridiculous what happened to her and what was said to her. I want to thank Tim. He's been a really big supporter of mine in this channel for a long time, and he recently passed this video on to me. This video, I liked it a whole lot, man. I did. Please check it out. It is long, but it's very, very interesting. I think a lot of it is true, and it's connected a lot of dots to me. And what was awesome about this is that, in fact, she had been talking about it for a long time. It's called the 100th monkey effect. Okay? And I've always been meaning to research it, but there's so many things you just forget. Well, this video talks about it, and I just want to share with you why I think it's real, and because it's very bizarre what's happened to me in the last. That's actually happened about a week or two ago, but I just haven't had the time, man. Sometimes there's just not time to make videos when you want to make them. So this 100th monkey effect, all right? It's a real thing. Check it out. I mean, a lot of money thrown at this thing. It's a real experiment. Took place back. I can't remember in the 19. It's like 19. It doesn't matter. It took place less than 100 years ago, to my knowledge, right? There's a lot of stuff to remember. Just it doesn't matter when. Here's what happened in the experiment. They took a bunch of monkeys that were on some Japanese island or something like that, I think, over there. Okay, and I think they gave them sweet potatoes or something like that. None of that's the details aren't important. What happened is what's important. I remember that. I'll get to that. I'm sorry. Just stick with me. So they gave all these monkeys these sweet potatoes, all right? And the monkeys liked them. They were eating them. They were throwing them on the beaches. They were throwing them, and they were getting sandy, and they were getting dirty. And the monkeys liked the sweet potatoes, but they didn't, as you can imagine, didn't like the sand and the dirt that they were eating along with the sweet potatoes being thrown in the dirt. So a couple of them, the younger ones, learned to wash it in the ocean, in the water, and then eat it, and then, it was great then, right? They went back and taught some of the monkeys that. Some of them learned, some of them didn't. But what was interesting is that, let's say that, and I think this is where it came from. I can't remember exactly where the 100th monkey came from, but I think it's just a number they vaguely just associated with it, just to assign it a number. Come to be about the 100th monkey, it turns out that they found out that monkeys on other islands, where those monkeys have never traveled before, were learned to do that without being shown or taught that. So then it was taken a step further. This is probably going to be a long video, man. I'm sorry. But this is really, it's crazy stuff. It blew my mind. So then what they did is it was taken even a step further. And this took place, I think it would first started in Australia or something like that. Again, not important. The wins and the wheres and all that stuff. What happened, okay? So they had one of these pictures. They showed all these people in a room. Like one of those pictures that you look at it and at face value you only see like one or two pictures. But if you, like those hidden eye things, you know, where you look deep in the picture, and if you look into it, then you really look into it, you see all sorts of different stuff. Well, in this particular instance, there was like 7 or 8 faces on a picture, but if you look deep inside those faces, there were more faces in those faces, and really, in reality, there were like hundreds of faces. So they showed the picture of the 7 or 8 faces with the hundreds of faces, you know, secretly in it to a group of people. The group of people only saw the 7 or 8 faces. Then what they did is they took that exact same picture and they showed it to what they called a closed circuit, like real select group of people, all the way in the I think it was in England, right? And then they showed those people that same picture, and they showed them where each and every face was. So they showed them the hundreds of faces that were actually inside that picture. And then right after they did that, supposedly, right after they showed them all those faces that were in the picture that were hidden, they showed the same picture to a new group of people in Australia, and those people, some of the people in Australia, and I think it was actually a lot of them, majority, but I'm not, again, doesn't matter. But there were a whole bunch of people that immediately saw the other pictures and the other faces in the picture. So it's like once a certain consciousness learns something, it gets passed on. And it really kind of blew my mind. Please check it out. It is something, it's unbelievable. Now some people say it's crap. I don't think so, and here's why. I never really learned and knew about CERN and what that thing was till about 2 years ago. And whenever I came on YouTube, there were not that many videos talking about this thing. Okay, that thing, in my opinion, is a time machine. More on that later. But regardless, that thing messes with space and time, in my opinion. It's technology that messes with space and time, and anybody who does research into CERN will come to that conclusion too. It's a time machine that rips open a hole in space and time, okay? There have been way more people talking about that thing recently than I ever would have anticipated. I mean, you got channels that I consider to be really, that would never touch it because of, regardless of what their agendas and stuff are, I just didn't think they'd touch on it. And there are a lot of channels that are talking about that. And what's interesting is it seems like we have a whole lot of people talking about time getting manipulated. Well, a couple weeks ago, Dreams Within Dreams was having a conversation with another YouTuber on here. Well, she comments, she doesn't make videos. She's awesome. Her name's Erin. She does great research. She shares it with all of us. Her and Dreams, Sophie, had a conversation where I can't remember which one now, but one of them completely lost track of time. Completely lost like an entire day. And so my wife, just a couple days after I heard about this conversation, because she made a video about it and talked about the conversation, my wife, we were sitting there watching television. We were watching the Financial Channel. I can't help it because I love to watch it and yell at the screen. I can't help it. So we were watching CNBC, and CNBC was on, and she said, "Is this show on 7 days a week?" I said, "No, it's only on a weekday. It's only on the weekdays." She said, "Well, so it's a repeat." And I was kind of starting to wonder, because it was like Tuesday. I don't remember what day it was. I think it was Tuesday. So it's on Monday through Friday when all the stock markets are open, totally normal. So she says, again, it was a repeat. And I said, no, it's on Monday through Friday. This is when it's on. It's not a repeat. It's brand new. And so she said, well, it's Sunday. Then what's it on Sunday for? I told her, no, it's Tuesday. And she completely couldn't believe it. She completely lost track of like 2 days. She was completely convinced. It was getting to the point where it was freaking me out. And she's like, it's a repeat then. And I was like, what are you talking about, a repeat? No, it's Tuesday. It's new. It's supposed to be on. So it just makes me wonder if all of this talking about time and space and manipulation of time is having an effect on everybody, because she doesn't get into this stuff as deep as I do. So and this has never happened before. I mean, she was completely lost track. And just that bad. And it was just a couple days after I heard and saw this video from Sophie talking about how her and Aaron, one or the other, went through the exact same thing. And it almost just makes you wonder if all this talk is affecting that. Because I'll tell you something, I want to share another story with you. This stuff is no shit, all right? This is legitimate stuff. This was a while ago. This was months and months and months and months ago. I didn't want to really bring it up because it's kind of a personal, not a personal story, but just in case word gets out, it's freaky, man. I don't want to mess with it. But I work at a grocery store. This guy who supposedly has done like 20 years, 30 years, I hate to use the word 30, but that's what my boss told me, so I have to just tell you what he told me. Okay, my boss comes up to me one day, points out this real big, creepy, tall-looking dude, and says, I'm not even going to say his name because it just freaks me out because I just don't want to, I don't want this guy to, it's just, you know what I mean, you understand, but it's crazy. Points this guy out and says, that guy just got out of prison, did 30 years for killing his mom because he said voices told him to do it. He beat his dog to death, killed his mom because voices told him to do it. He said he saw the devil in his mom. And get this part, this is the icing on the cake. Cut an X in his chest. Now we know who the X represents. And I looked at my boss and I said, why do you think he did the X in his chest? And he just kind of looked at me and shrugged his shoulders. I don't know. And I said, you know what? I think I got an idea why he did that, and didn't really say anything else. And look, this guy doesn't bullshit. He's not a liar. And other people know this guy because they all grew up in the same town together. My boss went to school with that guy. That's how he knew that guy did that. So don't you think that's real bizarre that the guy said he heard voices, saw the devil in his mom, killed his mom, and carved an X in his chest? So there's something to all this stuff. I mean, I don't call it nonsense. I don't call it coincidence. I find it really weird that my wife lost track of time when more and more people that I've ever expected are talking about time manipulation and what happened between Sophie and Aaron. It's just weird, man. I just wanted to share that stuff. So haven't had the time lately to make videos. Sorry for making this one a long one, but had a lot of stuff I wanted to say. Please check out this video because there's a lot of great things in there that I think that I'm going to use this video later to talk about some more stuff, but one thing at a time. So I really want to appreciate everybody for watching and sticking with me and making it through my rambly rant videos where I don't feel like I really articulate myself very well, and I think I just kind of ramble, but it makes me feel better. So at least I feel like I shared it instead of keeping it inside, because I feel like I got to make videos sometimes when I don't talk about stuff that drives me crazy. So thanks for listening. Thank you, subs. Bye.